I do want to ask you a couple more questions. There's some sprays that come with the system that help
Hmm.
to encourage the dogs to use it and also to discourage them from messing with it.
Yeah.
So, what are those sprays and are they completely safe for puppies?
hmm So all of the breeder bundles come with three sprays. One is an attractant, and the attractant is best, think of it green light go, spray it where you want the dog to go. It actually adds a little bit of urine odor, so it's not the most pleasant smelling thing, but it's effective in giving dogs this scent. So this is good for scent training of associating a potty spot. Most puppies don't need that because they go through that process of elimination. They're confined, not bed, not food. They go to space number three. But this is really helpful especially if you're working with older dogs. The bitter spray is a deterrent. So if green was for go, red is for stop. And this would be if they're chewing or digging at things where you don't want them to attack the latches or chew through edges. It just doesn't taste very good. So it's sort of like, I don't want to do that. So that's what usually encourages them to stop.
Mhm.
And then the third thing is this an enzymatic cleaner. Now this is it's helpful in the breeding environment. It's probably more helpful in the home environment that if there's an accident, the most important thing to do is clean it up and get rid of the smell. And this doesn't mask it like a Windex or an ammonia-based cleaner. Those are actually counterproductive because the key ingredient in ammonia is the same ingredient that's in urine. And when you use those type of cleaners to clean things up, the dog smells and kind of says yummy, and I want to go back to that spot. So the enzymatic cleaner is great for cleaning up accidents so that the accident spot doesn't become the new potty spot. And in terms of safety for puppies, we have all the safety certificates, and we've been selling these out in the wild for many years. And we know other products made by the same supplier in terms of their track record with animal safety. And they're generally safe for all animals, both small and large.
Okay, that's great. Um, so I know you have a video that shows this system in use with a breeder nursery, and if you could pull that up, the last thing I wanted to talk with you about is the cost of ownership for
Hmm.
the system. I was looking at the cost for the consumables, which is the rolls. The breeder bundle comes with three rolls, and it looked to me like if I did the math right, if you started using this around the time puppies were being weaned and they were 3.5 to 4 weeks old, something in that range, leaving around 8 to 12 weeks. Um, I was guessing that the consumables would be somewhere around $90 to on the extravagant end, maybe $200 to if you're cleaning that nursery 3 times a day. I mean, you might be advancing the roll more often, or you might be less. Just depends on the size of the litter. But does that sound about right?
Yeah. Let me share something with you. I'm going to share a couple of things with you. So the roll, you know, it's if you advance the roll once a day, the roll's going to last a little over 3 weeks. That said, say we advance the pad 3 times a day, that means the roll's going to last about a week. The cost of the rolls, if you buy them in bulk, um, the price for 8 rolls is $116, which is less than $15 per roll. So the question is, you said $90 to $200 or $80 to $200. It generally, the simplest way of describing it is $15 per week. No, if you're going through three advances a day, if you're going through three advances a day, the roll is going to last 1 week. And then each roll, when bought in bulk, is a little under $15 a roll. Typically, they say every time I clean my whelping pen, depending on what I do, it's 20, 30, or 40 minutes. It's picking up the waste, it's picking up the dirty pads, it's doing some washing and cleaning, it's then putting everything back down. Now with Brilliant Pad, it goes from reducing all that to instead pressing a button. And the nice thing about that is generally it kind of looks like this. You have a big mess, and instead of breaking out the mop and the bucket, it's you press a button and all of the dirty stuff becomes clean. This doesn't happen instantaneously, but what we're generally told is what was 20, 30, or 40 minutes is now 5 minutes or less. So we've been able to quantify saving, an you know, a, an hour or two a day, 7 days a week. And we say, how valuable is an extra 10 hours a week to you? Think of what you can do in terms of sleeping with a litter, getting some time away. And you're saying, well, how much is it? 10 hours is a lot. I would, people have told us, I'll pay $15 an hour to get more time. So you're like 15 hours of spend, not to save 1 hour, to save 10 hours. So I think the value of the role is actually pretty darn good. Other people have told me I spend less on the cleaning supplies. So I'm not buying as, no, I save the time. I'm not spending as much time on the cleaning supplies. For people that are using washable puppy pads or blankets, they're like, oh my God, I'm doing so much less laundry. And guess what? For people that are doing washable pads, people have told us crazy stories of replacing washing machines every couple of years. I'm like,
I just did mine. I just had to replace mine. I was doing, hundreds of loads of laundry for a litter. So I get that.
so I think the time to value is great. What you save on all these other things is terrific. And then just how much cleaner everything is. And especially for people that are using like litter or pellets, people share stories. Hey, my client's coming over. They want to see the operation. They want to meet the dogs. They want to make sure this is a good environment. But when you're in pine and pellets, like, I got to wash the dogs before the people come over. So we're finding huge time savings, significant, spending as much, if not more, on regular pads that don't clean themselves, and saving another chunk of time and money related to all the other washing and cleaning of keeping your pen clean.
I have to say this is probably the most important thing that I've been able to add to my nursery in 50 years. So thank you for inventing this. It really truly is brilliant. I mean, I don't want to sound crazy like I'm marketing this, but it really is a brilliant invention. So thank you for bringing it to the breeder world. And I think that's all my questions. Thank you for giving us your time. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you're very successful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I think the one thing I'm really grateful for is how much feedback, encouragement, and support we get from this community. I'm really proud of like the cover, for example, that prevents the puppies from digging at the edges of the paper. This is 6 iterations later. And we had some breeders saying, I love this, but I just wish it would be better if. And they went to essentially did their own arts and crafts projects and started actually building and trying these different variations, saying, how about this? Would this make it better? And that feedback has been invaluable to us of getting the product sufficiently developed to work for you guys. And I guess my only request would be, is you have more feedback and want additional things in the future, let us know, because we really care and we have a great team of people with amazing capability. But it all starts with listening to what you guys need. So if you needed to do something more or work in a different way, share it with us. And hopefully that makes its way into a future version of the product.
Great. Thank you. All right.